Marvel Rivals Season 9 has arrived to bring Jubilee and the Hood to the game, two characters who, to the extent of my knowledge, have next to nothing to do with each other. But that doesn't really matter. Today, I'm going to make them into cute little plush dolls. So, getting the old season out of the way, I can start off with... Here she is, another X-Man. Men? X-Men? Whatever. Jubilee! The cutout for her body is the same as all the other women in the game. I did, however, make her a little shorter than the others. It's because I made her before she even released in the game. So it was like based off the trailer, and I was trying to figure out the height based off that. I was like, she looks like she could be a little shorter. This is now the second time in a row that I have accomplished making them before they release. Rivals is just making it too easy now. Their designs roll right off me, no sweat off my back. They're just making it too easy. If I can keep pumping these out at this pace, they should really sponsor me. Can you imagine? They give me access to both character models so I can make them and put them in the video like right away. Could get the video out a month ago. They probably wouldn't want that. They'd probably want me to keep the Hood until he releases in game. And I don't want to upload them as separate videos. But they gotta do that, man. Who do I have to contact? Just casually email them? Go to their headquarters and beg? Or wait till a convention and beg? I just want getting reference to be easier, man. You know, I think at this point they should do a double X-Men season. Like, they should have given us Jubilee and Nightcrawler at once. Maybe Colossus and Juggernaut? Professor X and Mr. Sinister? I am saying this and realizing we in fact did get an X-Men season with Rogue and Gambit in Season 5. Okay, well, whatever. A more pressing matter I want to discuss. Where are the Inhumans, Marvel Rivals? I know nobody really cares about them and they had a terrible show, but I care. I want to see Black Bolt and Lockjaw. And Medusa's alright. I guess you could... Miss Marvel? She's like the best Inhuman and they took her away. I know originally she was planned to be a mutant, but because in 2013 there was this big push for the Inhumans to replace the X-Men that was spearheaded by Ike Perlmutter, but recently she was killed off and reborn a mutant, so I guess they got their wish. You know what, I don't think a lot of people realize that Moon Girl is an Inhuman. I want to mention that before somebody in my comments is like, actually they have one, it's Moon Girl, Moon Girl's in the game. Well, you know what, jackass? She's not playable. So don't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. You can comment. I would like that very much. And make it positive and tell me how handsome I am. And that all the girls must want me so much. Comment like you're a grandma. You know what? Actually, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe that's why Moon Girl isn't in the game. It's because they didn't want to add an Inhuman. It's not because Rivals is racist. No, if I'm being real though, it's because she's a child and they don't want you killing children in their superhero game, which, you know, I guess is fair. That's why she can be included in the Doom Match map, but she's not touchable with weapons. I already know that if she was in the game, there'd be some cornball and Punisher like, shoot the child, I'm shooting a child, like those dudes on TikTok in 2020 faking Tourette's for their come make food with me videos, talking about some, stab the cat, stab the cat. It just pisses me off. I hate those videos, it's just stupid. But that's irrelevant to what I'm talking about right now, which is Jubilee and Marvel Rivals. Making Jubilee's costume isn't very difficult. It's actually kind of helpful that she's got this big coat, because it means I don't have to worry about the back design. I guess I say that, but then I'm doing back design anyway, because, you know, I still have to detail the coat that's on her back. I think I'm an idiot. In my opinion, with Jubilee's design, I like most of it. I just don't like her top. I think the top looks bad. Like, it's a weird design. I kind of just wish it was more pink. Or maybe give her a sweater, perhaps? I don't know. I hope at some point they give us X-Men 97 skins. I can't believe that they didn't at the beginning of Season 9 since the show's out as well. Hell, I'm still waiting on that Deadpool Wolverine Deadpool skin. Like, I can't believe we didn't get that Deadpool skin with his release. Like, I felt like that was such a slam dunk, and they gave us the Deadpool Wolverine skin when the game came out as, like, his release skin. Plus, there's the little heart emote that you're supposed to make the pair with Deadpool, but you can't do that because he doesn't have a skin yet. It's absurd. I'm gonna say all this and they're gonna add it in season 9.5 because they hate me. You know, something I am curious about with like the game's lore surrounding Jubilee is why they keep putting scars on mutants. Like they put a bunch of scars on Cyclops, but that's because he was getting tortured, I think. But then Jubilee had the same scar, and someone pointed out another mutant character having the same scar as well, but I don't remember which one that is. Me personally, I think it's pretty obvious, and I'm really hoping that it's what it's leading towards, is a Mr. Sinister season of him being the villain. However, I would really like to see Mr. Sinister as a playable character. I know Nightcrawler and Gore are leaked for season 10, and I was like, oh, well, if Gore's a playable character, who would be the villain of the season? And I'm not gonna lie, Gore could just be the villain of the season, because, you know, it would make sense. Plus, we had Ultron. He was the villain of season 2, and he was a playable character. Which means there's no excuse to not have these guys be playable characters. I mean, come on. You add villains. I guess the Hood's a villain. Kind of. I don't know if he's an anti-hero or not. I think he's a villain. But I would love to see Mr. Sinister as a playable character. I don't know what he'd do or what role he'd be, but it would just be cool to have him in the game. To be honest, I think he could be a strategist. Like, his whole thing is DNA splicing and changing himself and other people, so it only makes sense for him to be a strategist. He could apply certain buffs similar to Mantis. As for Jubilee, again, and her gameplay, by the time I'm recording this audio, I've gotten the chance to play her a bit. I think I played her for like an hour. In my opinion, she's okay. I don't really care. I think the most fun I've had on a support is still Gambit, but I also lorded him in Season 5 when he was released, so I kind of got a free ride playing him. Now, I don't really play him anymore, because I tend to lord characters and then just abandon them, because I'm like, oh, well, if I'm wasting time on this character, I could be lording another character, because I just like accomplishing goals in games and like getting all the rewards. I 100% like pretty much all the games that I play. I'm a completionist. What can I say? But there are characters who are like an exception to this. Like, I still play a lot of Moon Knight, and I'll play Daredevil and Spider-Man because they're my favorite characters. When Jubilee was released, I noticed a lot of people complaining and saying that she was weak or just not that good. But I think that's just people not realizing you're supposed to shoot the orbs to charge them to heal, and play with the Hood team up. Like, that really is kind of her whole gameplay loop. Shoot the orbs, charge them with your primary, and just try to keep up your team up. You can also choose to explode your orbs. She's been out a while though, I probably don't need to tell you how to play her. I was seeing people claiming that she's kind of complicated. I just outright disagree. She's pretty simple, as soon as you figure out the orbs bit. Don't get me wrong though, still heal with your primary. I guess that's where the good old, we're called strategists, not healers, comes into play. Where some healer player will claim the role is hard because they have to think, even though they just completely sidestep the thinking aspect of it. Don't worry though, I can make fun of healers. I've lorded most of them. I know what the experience is like. Something I don't like is I'm noticing a trend of every time they add a healer, a lot of people want to play them, which makes sense, it's a new character, but the problem is that they suck on the character. Which I guess, you know what, is also understandable. It's a new character. But then you look at the other healer and it's an Atom, or an Ultron, or a White Fox. And look, I know they can get good heals, but the people playing them don't. They don't know how, or they're just not that good. That White Fox who's got 20k heals looks good, right? Wrong! She's got 15k damage blocked, and 3 deaths. I'll tell you who hasn't given her those heals, the other support. Now your Strange with 30k damage blocked is getting blamed, meanwhile 15k of that is his shield, and the other 10 to 8k solely off deaths. He maybe got 5, 10k heals that whole round. But it couldn't possibly be the fault of the poor strategical mind of the average White Fox player. Anyway, that's it on Jubilee. I think she turned out alright. I could have done better on the hair.
Step aside. The Hood's here to finish this.
For the Hood, he's actually a Vanguard, which means I can make a big guy. Something I actually enjoy doing. Unfortunately, I used my pattern for my healers / DPS because they just don't make tanks as big as Thor and Cap anymore. If only we got more guys like the Hulk, or the Thing, or Thor. And no, I'm not counting Devil Dinosaur, because I didn't use a pattern for him. That was completely free-handed, because his body is so insanely different that, I mean, what was I supposed to do? And I'm not going to make a pattern for a guy I'm going to make once. I don't plan on making any more dinosaurs in the foreseeable future. And I feel like me saying that now, there's just going to be something that for some reason there's a dinosaur and I feel compelled to make him. Because that just seems to happen. But it's okay, because I got to use my tank pattern to make Hulk from Spider-Man Brand New Day. I actually made him before the movie came out, and now I want to remake him, because after seeing the film I realized he's way too small, and I don't know what I'll do with this Hulk. Maybe I could repurpose him? I don't know into what. Not many versions of the Hulk that I really care for. Or characters that are this color. That's a future me problem though. Today I'm making Rivals. Who knows, maybe Rivals will add a character I can repurpose him into. Like Green Goblin. However, I think they would make him a nicer shade of green than that. Something very cool about this hood though is that I was able to actually finish him 2 full weeks before he was added to the game. I made his size based off the Rivals comic, which in my opinion is kinda stretching it. Then when they added the Thebes map, he was sitting in a cell on it. Immediately when I learned that information, I sprang into action, updating the game and making him as soon as possible. It only took me 2 days. Honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna beat that. Maybe if they keep adding characters into maps. So far they've done it with Dino, Cyclops, and the Hood. They've done more too. Those are just the ones I capitalized on. I don't think I made Blade until October. Long after he had already been added. Something interesting that I found out was that the Hood actually started out his own solo comic in July of 2002. Too bad Rivals waited to add him in August. A real missed opportunity there. Originally I had thought Parker Robbins debuted in something like an Iron Man comic, or maybe Blade, I don't know. He has been a villain in the new Avengers and Doctor Strange though. Something interesting that I realized is that the Hood is actually a white dude in the comics. However, in the game they decided to change him to Latino. A change I can't say I'm really opposed to or care that deeply about. It's kinda nice not constantly just making white people. But a large majority of the superheroes I make are white, and I pretty much just make superheroes. I don't really have an interest in doing anything other than that. I just, I like their costumes. I like making the costumes, they look cool. This is kind of an ironic one to be talking about on that, since his costume is a suit, but, bear with me there. But it's not that there aren't any non-white characters I could make, just not many I can make in videos. But hey, that recently announced Black Panther 3, so I can make that in a year and a half. I know you'll watch that video whenever it's even made. Will I still be making videos in a year and a half? Beats me. Now, I'm probably just going to use this part of the video to vent about Ironheart, because if you haven't watched it, and you're blindly hating on the show, then you're dumb, and you're disingenuous, and I'll get you. I'll get you, and I won't even make it look like an accident. If it wasn't obvious from what I'm saying, I actually enjoyed Ironheart. I think people are too quick to attack it. I think those same people, again, probably didn't watch the show. Now, it's not perfect or revolutionary by no means. It's just an enjoyable time. It's fine. It's a fine watch. It's nothing crazy. But a consistent trend I see in Marvel's women-led superhero projects is that people just hold women to such a higher standard. Like, they treat the women characters as if they're not allowed to have flaws. Like, I constantly see people saying that the intentionally written character flaws are bad writing. Or anytime a woman does something bad, I always see people saying, how am I supposed to sympathize with her? How am I supposed to like her? Like, even in the new Spider-Man movie with Jean, they're like, how am I supposed to ever like this character when she killed this guy with the car? It's like, 1, we don't know if he died. 2, there's a hell of a lot of other characters who have done worse. I mean, I'm bringing this up now, but I guarantee you when X-Men comes out and she's in that, people are going to be like, oh wait, never mind, she's goated. And they're going to forget all about the stuff she did in Spider-Man. At least some of them will. Some of them will still bring it up. And someone's favorite MCU character will be like Thanos or Iron Man. Can you imagine if your favorite MCU character is Thanos? And you're like, yeah, I just can't sympathize with Jean Grey. She kills a guy. Is he an innocent guy? Maybe. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. It's like I remember seeing people saying with Captain Marvel that she's too arrogant. which I disagree, but even then, any arrogance she has comes from the fact that she can actually back it up. Like, I mean, come on. She destroyed the sun. She destroyed Thanos' ship. She helped save the universe. She defeated Thanos not once, but twice. Of course, with the Avengers, but she was there. She played no small part. And she's typically just the strongest character in any given room. She's never talked a big talk that she is not also able to walk. Or even She-Hulk. She's constantly saying throughout her show, it's a lawyer show. Like, she has superpowers forcefully thrusted upon her and is expected to be a superhero, even though she just doesn't want to. Which, to be fair, she doesn't have to. She's written to be human. She's written to be selfish sometimes, or insecure, or get angry, and to have flaws. It's not bad writing. It's an intentional choice by the writers to have her be a flawed protagonist, so she can grow. Which, to be fair, I don't think she grows a hell of a lot in the show. Unless you mean physically. But it's not like she's super poorly written. But then for some reason, Scarlet Witch, she gets away with it. Now that's a character who actually does a lot of evil and terrible stuff. But the audience likes her and defends her actions. If I'm being honest, I think the only reason she gets away with it is because Elizabeth Olsen is a very obviously beautiful woman. And her character doesn't often say things that are too outwardly confident or like super like, oh, I'm better than you kind of stuff. Not to say the other women aren't attractive. Another thing I think is that Scarlet Witch also just got the chance to be in the MCU in 2015 before all the woke grifter guys got their like chance to infect the internet. At least as much as they did back in 2019 to 2020 era when, you know, they were really gaining traction. I like to think that those guys and a lot of people in their circles are kind of losing steam. I feel like a lot of people are realizing how dumb that is and the stuff that they make. The only people I really see agreeing with them are just the people in their comments. Everyone else I see, they're like, oh, this guy's an idiot. You know, I said I wanted to rant about Ironheart, and not about the show, but about like how people treat the show. And I kind of barely talked about Ironheart. Even barely talked about her character. Isn't that silly of me? What a goofball. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this part of the video. Did I talk about the hood a lot? Maybe not. But, I don't know. You stayed, you listened to me. You saw the hood. You see how he is. Do you like him? You better like him. I swear to God if you don't like him. That's all for this season's characters. I think of the two of these guys, the hood is probably my favorite. I just think the big red cloak looks really cool. Plus, I feel I could have done a bit better on Jubilee. Mainly just her hair, but even though I'm picking favorites, I still like them both. They're both good. I'd like to mention here at the end of the video that there is no official pattern for anything made in the video. Everything you see here was made completely freehanded with the exception of the body, of which is cut out using a basic body template that is modified in the cutting process. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Videos like these take a lot of time and effort to put together, so I really appreciate you watching till the end. Thank you and have a nice day.